what's up guys? We're back again. Squad's here. All right. So today, Tuesday of our Pride Week Fitness Bash. Warm up, it's 9 minutes long. So you're gonna work for 40 seconds, rest for 20 seconds. You are going to bear crawl. You're then gonna do alternating twisted cross, and then you're then gonna do alternating bird dogs. And you're gonna do that for 3 rounds. So again, 40 seconds bear crawl, 20 rest, 40 twisted cross, 20 rest, 40 bird dog, 20 rest, 3 times. Now, bear crawl, again, all we're looking for, straight legs. There's a little tension in the hamstring, up on my tippy toes. From here, I'm just trying to load my shoulder and walk across the room for 40 seconds. Next station is your twisted cross. So again, down on the ground, opening up the chest and the bicep, cross to one side, hold for a couple, across to the other side. And then lastly, we've got our bird dogs. So I'm gonna add a little bit of a challenge to the bird dog today and say that you can do a crawling variation. So what that means is that instead of being here, tabletop position, hands and knees on the ground and going through my bird dogs, I can do them from here. So I'm gonna have my knees off the ground, bird dog, back down, knee doesn't touch, bird dog. Makes things significantly more intense on the core, but if you're looking for a way to up the ante a little bit with your bird dogs, feel free to give those a shot. After you're done there, you're gonna do 5 inchworms with 2 to 4 knee push-ups each time. So that's after your 9 minutes on the clock. Just gonna grab onto my toes, stretch out a little bit, shake your booty. From there, you're gonna walk out, drop the knees down to the ground, and I'm gonna get 2 to 4 perfect range of motion knee push-ups. Then I can drop the hips, relax a little bit, and from here, I'm just gonna walk myself back up into that position that I started in, forward fold. Then, that's our warm-up. For today, it's all about skills. So you're gonna do 3 sets total. We're going to do a 20-second handstand. We're going to do a 20-second hollow, followed by a 20-second arch. And you can rest as needed in between each of those movements, but you will do 3 rounds total. So, for the handstand hold, a couple things you want to try and keep in mind. Find something challenging, so you can do pike, you can do nose to wall, you can do kick-ups, freestanding, it's up to you guys. But a couple things that you want to try and keep in mind is it's all about midline positions. So when I go through my handstand, I want to try and make sure that I look like this, upside down. My ribs are pulled down, there's no big, massive arch to my midline, and I'm being nice and active through my fingertips. So again, when I stand, I use my toes for balance. So I'll grab my toes into the ground, they help keep me from falling over. When I'm doing a handstand, my fingertips serve the exact same purpose. And again, in addition to using your fingers for balance, we're just looking to neutralize that midline. So really pulling the ribs down, keeping the belly tight, and avoiding that big arch. And you can do that from a pike position. So I can do that from here, boom, or like I said, you can do it from a kick up, from a wall walk, or from freestanding. After that, I got a hollow position, so I'm gonna hold a hollow body position. I can start with my dead bug. So again, feet past the heels. I can then work one side out for 20 seconds, and on the next round, I can work the other side out, or if you've got the strength, you can go ahead and do a full hollow. But most importantly is that here to here does not change. So if you feel any positions move, go back to the scaled version that you were at before that. Now, lastly, you've got a 20-second arch. So for that, I'm gonna come down to the ground. I'm gonna take a big belly breath, fill the diaphragm up, so press my belly button into the ground. And then from there, I'm just gonna squeeze my butt and get everything in the back of my body nice and active. So again, butt cheeks are squeezed, hamstrings are loaded, and I've got my upper back activated as well, really trying to open up my chest a little bit. 3 times through is going to be your skill work. Then, workout, calling it Edith Windsor, and the rep scheme and the rounds and all that are based off of her date of birth and then her date of death. So what we've got going on here is 6 rounds each for time, with 1 minute rest in between rounds. So what that means is intensity. We're looking for a little bit of extra intensity, knowing that you have a minute of rest in between rounds, so you're trying to mitigate that rest during the round, getting it done as quickly as you can. So first station, 20 push-ups. Whoa. So if you can't get through those in 2 to 3 sets, I would recommend scale the reps. So if you can't do 20 push-ups in, let's say, 10-5-5, then I would say scale the reps to 15 or to 10, 12, something like that. Your scale for the push-ups is going to be hands on an elevated surface, going through the same full range of motion, chest all the way to the deck, all the way back up to full extension of the arm, that I would be doing if I were down on the ground doing an RX chest to ground push-up. After your push-ups, your next movement is 9 dumbbell hang clean and jerks per arm. So if you have 1 kettlebell or dumbbell, you are going to go between the legs to the shoulder, and then I'm going to use this catch position to drive the object overhead to lockout before coming down and switching to the other side. You can do, again, 9 per arm, so it's actually 18 total reps. If you're going to do a kettlebell, you are more than welcome to do 9 on one arm and then 9 on the other arm. So again, I can go here, lockout, and then I can come from here, back down into my next rep, boom. Rather than trying to, switch arms at the shoulder, it's just kind of chaotic with a kettlebell. So feel free to go ahead and do, like I said, 9 on one arm, followed by 9 on the other arm. If you're doing a dumbbell, you're more than welcome to go alternating arms. Totally fine. Lastly, so this station, your little added bonus challenge, if you happen to have 2 dumbbells or 2 kettlebells, you can keep the reps the same at 9 and do 9 dual reps. So what I mean by that is I can do 1 in each hand. I can either go between the legs or I can go outside the legs, whatever's comfortable to me, up to the shoulders, up overhead. So if you have access to 2 kettlebells or 2 dumbbells of the same weight, that's an option as well. So just kind of keep that in mind. And then your last station is 12 toes to bar. If you don't have toes to bar or if you don't have access to a pull-up bar, you're more than welcome to do V-ups. And again, for those, I'm looking to create a V between my knee, my hip, and my shoulder. So my scaled option is going to be a dead bug from here. My RX is going to be there. And again, most importantly is that the relationship of my knee to my hip to my shoulder looks the same with either of those movements. And again, after you do 20, 9, and 12, you take 1 minute of rest, and then you do 6 rounds total. Now, after that, our accessory work, we've got 10 pullovers, followed by 10 skull crushers. So what those are going to look like for the pullover, you can do this with a dumbbell or with a kettlebell or a backpack, it's really up to you. But I'm going to find a nice squishy surface. I'm going to have my shoulders hanging off the back of it. Arms are slightly bent. I'm going to come down until I feel a good stretch in the chest and the lat, and then I'm going to pull back up to center line. So basically with this arm perpendicular to the ground. And I'm going to go through 10 reps. When I'm done there, I'm going to go ahead and scooch up a little bit so that my shoulders are supported now, and ideally my head would be supported too. But from here, I'm going to keep my my upper arm perpendicular to the ground, and I'm going to come down till that object touches just above my skull, and then I'm going to lock out here. Back down, lock out. So the second exercise, the skull crusher, is for your triceps. The first exercise is for your chest and for your lats. So they should feel a little bit different, even though they look relatively similar in some senses. And then you're going to superset that with 20 curls. So feel free to curl, alternating sides, barbell, dumbbell, backpack. It's up to you guys. Just get that pump in. Get those arms nice and big. Now, after that, for our mobility for the day, we got a 1 minute doorway stretch on each side. So for that, I'm going to go ahead and slide this over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a doorway. I'm going to make sure that my upper arm is parallel to the floor. And from there, I'm going to step through and rotate away from that arm so that I'm feeling a stretch in my chest and in my bicep insertion. And I'm going to hold that for a minute on each side. Then all I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little bit of a forearm stretch. So I'm just going to find a kneeling position, fingertips towards me, and then I'm just going to sink back a little bit, lean from side to side, with the goal being just to stretch out the underside of your forearms a little bit. Oh, thank you very much. And then I'm going to play fetch for time. So that's your training for Tuesday. Enjoy. And again, as always, tag us, palace.fitness/Zeus. And we will see you guys back tomorrow.